Hey guys, it's the mama here. Before we get started, I just wanted to put this quick disclaimer out there. We make light of a lot of horrible things, and trust me, they are horrible. We are not, however, making fun of the topics we discuss. Us laughing or cracking jokes is simply our way of coping with the atrocities we talk about. We have nothing but love and support for the victims and their families, and will never stoop that low. We've experienced tragedy ourselves. This is why we do what we do. That being said, stay spoopy, our friends. Horror Cultural, where we grow love for all things spooky and macabre. Hey, horror heads.
Ah! I got nothing.
Nothing tonight?
No, not in the night.
Well, lucky fucking you guys.
Woo!
We're recording 3 episodes tonight, and you guys will get to hear at least one of them. I don't know which one we're doing yet. Might be this one, might be one of the other two.
Yep. So I'm starting off this episode, and at the time of recording, Barbenheimer is still a major thing in internet culture.
Oh, Jesus.
And for those that don't know, Barbenheimer is just basically the fact that the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie came out on the same day. Kind of like how a few years ago when the Animal Crossing Switch game came out, and Doom Eternal came out, so it was Doom Crossing.
These might be a little bit too small for my herbs and spices.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, what do Barbie and Oppenheimer have in common?
Besides the fact that they came out on the same day?
Yes.
Same producer?
No. The thing that they have in common is that both, to some degree, involve Asian countries.
Okay.
Because Barbies are most likely made in China, and Oppenheimer is the reason that Japan got bombed.
Okie doke.
And the fact that, Japan kind of had it coming. Anyway, weird segue. I'm talking about Godzilla.
Oh no! It's Godzilla!
All right.
Run for your wives!
Run for your wives. Got it.
I like Godzilla.
But yeah, at the time of this recording, Barbenheimer has occurred. So, I thought I'd pick a monster to talk about that would be very timely. So we're going to talk about Godzilla. That's right, the king of the monsters himself. Back in 1954.
Oh, it's about Godzilla?
Yeah, I wasn't kidding.
Oh, okay. I like Godzilla.
Yeah,
I thought you were fucking with me like you always do.
No, I'm actually talking about Godzilla.
What for your wives?
Back in 1954, Ishiro Honda, Tomoyuki Tanaka, and Eiji Tsuburaya, a fucking legend in special effects, by the way.
I don't know how you even say these names, but bless you.
Came up with the idea of Gojira as a metaphor for nuclear weaponry, since the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were still quite fresh in their minds.
They were salty.
Oof. There's also which I just found out about this, by the way, the Lucky Dragon 5 incident.
Sounds like some,
The Lucky Dragon 5 was a Japanese tuna boat that had gotten contaminated by...
You said tuna boat?
Yeah. It was a Japanese tuna fishing boat that was contaminated by nuclear fallout from the U.S.
Oh, so it ruined all the fish.
It was contaminated by nuclear fallout from the U.S. Castle Bravo thermonuclear weapons testing in the Bikini Atoll. So, when we were testing these nukes, that boat just happened to be nearby, and it was not good. So now...
Did the tuna start
I did not dig into that.
I mean, they were dead, so nothing should have happened to them, but obviously you can't eat them.
Nope. Now.
Fuck a doodle doo.
Godzilla is known nowadays...
Or fuck a tuna too.
Oof. I don't even know if she's not even drunk yet, folks.
I'm not even drunk yet. I'm working on it, though.
So, Godzilla nowadays... The fuck? Oh, okay.
It's an electric lighter.
She's lighting a candle, but the lighter itself was just making weird noises. Anyway, before I keep getting distracted... Nowadays, Godzilla is known for being the big lizard monster that destroys Japan, or the United States, depending on whatever movie you're watching. fighting other giant monsters and sometimes protecting the Earth from said other giant monsters.
Yes.
But
Oh shit.
the original Gojira movie from 1954 was intended to be a horror movie. And it still holds up to this day, being a great film.
I don't know if I've ever seen the original. I would have to think I have.
It's a little depressing, not gonna lie.
Excuse me, because I really do. I always have. I have the tendency of liking the bad guys, like Godzilla.
But yeah, it still holds up as a great movie to watch even today, especially if you want to see how the country's like their thought process at the time was. Gojira was the mistake. It was supposed to be like Gojira was the mistake of creating nuclear weapons, poisoning the world and its people. Because, duh.
But is he like a lizard or something?
So it's a little. It depends on the movie because like sometimes they'll rewrite his origin. Sometimes they'll be like.
He kind of looks like a lizard. Kind of looks like he could have been a crocodile or alligator at some point.
From what I've read, and trust me, there's a lot to read about this fucking thing. Some origin stories are like, it's an ancient prehistoric monster that was woken up by the nuclear testing and is now powered by said nuclear radiation. It was a lizard that...
Makes sense in Kong versus Godzilla.
And then you have the shitty 1998 movie where Godzilla was just like an iguana that happened to be at the Bikini Atoll during the testing. And it mutated into
what we know.
That.
Yeah, what it was in there.
Which has actually been named in official Godzilla canon as just Zilla. The Matthew Broderick Godzilla is just Zilla. Because they don't want that thing associated with Godzilla's full name. So much so that in 2004, I think it was like Godzilla Final Wars, they killed off Zilla so they could never use it again. Like, they had a monster.
They said, we're just going to bury this motherfucker.
Yeah, they're like, we don't like this, we're killing it. And everyone else is
and done.
And everyone in the world is like, fair.
Cool.
But other people, like other fans and whatnot, have also suggested that Godzilla is a metaphor for the United States.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Because think about it.
Everybody hates us. I mean, and honestly...
For good reason, but...
Honestly, yeah.
But think about it.
I don't even fucking like this country sometimes, and I live here.
Because think about it.
I said sometimes. We do have some things that a lot of other countries don't have.
So think of it like this. During World War II, the United States was just minding its own business. We weren't going to fuck with anyone because no one was fucking with us. Then they went and fucked with us, and then we brought down the fires. We brought down the fire of God on that country twice.
The ninth ring of hell twice.
And now think of it in movie terms. Godzilla was just a prehistoric creature, minding its own business, sleeping. And then we woke it up. And that is the fire of God coming down on that country.
Well, see, that's what happens when you fuck around. You find out.
Yup. Across 36 films so far. Godzilla, 36 films since 1954.
Why do I suddenly feel like I need to go on a mission and watch them all?
You can watch most of them on Max. There's like a good amount of them on that. Anyway, across 36 films, Godzilla has been shown as a force of disaster, the embodiment of nature's wrath, Earth's protector, and, most important to us fans, a really cool giant lizard.
Yeah.
We also have 2 upcoming films at the time of the recording to look forward to. There's a new Japanese Godzilla movie coming out called Godzilla -1, and that's going to be another horror movie, and I'm excited.
What's the -1?
No idea.
No one knows?
We have like a 30-second teaser, and that's all we've gotten.
Well, what are you supposed to learn in 30 seconds?
Just that it's going to be fucking awesome.
Godzilla goes like this. That's 30
seconds.
seconds.
No, they kind of tease what he's going to look like, and they show how destructive he's going to be. It looks good. I'll have to show you the teaser later. It looks good. And then the other movie at the time of the recording that's coming out soon, well, not soon, but within the next couple of years probably, Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire.
Yes!
which is going to be a sequel.
I love them together.
Which
Because I also love Kong.
Which is going to be the sequel to Kong versus Godzilla. Or what was that? Was that the last one?
I think so, yes.
Godzilla versus Kong?
Because you and I were both, you're like, Ma, I think Mecha Godzilla is going to be in here.
Yes! And I called it.
Because I think we watched it here, and you were like, Mom, before we even start, I think Mecha Godzilla is going to be in here. And I think this, and I think that. And then when it happened, you're like, I fucking knew it! It was a good movie.
It was good. I liked it. So, one
Jesus,
thing...
now I know where you get your nerdiness from.
I get it from both of you, just for different things. When thinking of Godzilla, what comes to mind? Giant dinosaur, the roar, the atomic breath, men in rubber suits ramming into each other to simulate fighting. Godzilla has had such a powerful hold on worldwide culture that not only has it been made an ambassador of Shinjuku, Japan.
Is that a place?
Shinjuku is an actual place in Tokyo.
Okay.
It has its own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Shut up! Does Kong?
Maybe. Good. Look it up real quick. Just do a little Google and be like...
getting mascara out of my eyelashes.
You can probably just do like Godzilla Walk of Fame. Or Godzilla Hollywood Star.
I'm fucking gonna right now.
And you might be able to do the same thing for King Kong. Ugh.
How is it 8:34 at night and still 88 degrees outside?
Because humidity.
Alright, so...
Just do Godzilla Walk of Fame. Or Godzilla Hollywood Star. One of those will both of them will probably get to you.
Walk of Fame. Images. Holy shit!
I told you.
Let's see if...
I feel like King Kong would have one because it's an American character. Does he?
Mickey Mouse has one. Kong.
There you go.
Doesn't say King Kong, just says Kong.
Alright, that's better than nothing at least. Anyway. With dozens upon dozens of friendly and enemy and frenemy monsters, Godzilla has fought seemingly everything. From the three-headed dragon, King Ghidorah. Various iterations of Mechagodzilla.
Yes.
We have like 3, as far as I know, in the Japanese movies, plus the one that was in Godzilla vs. Kong. The mutant plant monster, Biolante. Probably one of my coolest. He's probably one of my favorites.
Why do I not remember that?
Look up, it's B-I-O.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I just closed Safari. I mean...
B-I-O, double...
Hold on, wait a second. B-I-O...
Double L...
L-L...
A-N-T-E.
Godzilla, B-I-O double L.
Yep.
1989.
It looks cool. It's just like a mutant plant monster.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Various space creatures and prehistoric monsters. And by space creatures, I mean like Space Godzilla, Gigan, and then you have other monsters like Rodan, Mothra.
Mothra, yes.
Anguirus. And I think Godzilla and Gamera have fought a few times. Gamera's another giant monster franchise over there.
That's the one from outer space, right?
I think so, yes.
Mm-hmm. See, I know my shit. I know my shit a little bit.
Now, Godzilla has quite a few iconic things about it. The jagged spines down his back and tail that glow whenever it's about to use its signature attack, the atomic breath.
He's pissed.
Its famous scream! Which, fun fact, its roar was made by taking a resin-covered like rubber glove and just rubbing it down like a cello.
Oh!
And then they took the recording and slowed it down. So that's where we get... And, like, even in comics, whenever Godzilla roars, it literally says, scream! And I find that amazing. And, of course, its theme song. You know. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. Yes!
So, Godzilla's appearance has changed many times over the years. I mean, you gotta...
Yeah, but you know what? It has changed, but some things have stayed consistent.
Yeah.
The length of his snout.
The snout's been relatively the same.
His little spiky doos.
Some of those spikes have gotten really weird over the years.
Yeah, but
I've seen some of them.
It's not like they've gotten super duper small.
Yeah, there's been consistent.
His tail,
consistent.
His little arms.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, like that, the obvious stuff, like the face shape is relatively the same throughout all of them. The spines are usually relatively the same. Basically, the general body structure of Godzilla has stayed the same since 1954, but how they've changed like the details of the body over the years. His spikes have gotten spikier. They've gotten more like dorsal fin-y.
Yeah.
The snout has gotten like more lizardy, more puppy dog snake-like kind of look to it. His eyes have gotten different, like thick-ass legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially the MonsterVerse one.
He used to have his little skinnier his legs. Now he's like doing squats.
Oh yeah, especially the MonsterVerse Godzilla. MonsterVerse Godzilla is a thick boy.
Thick.
So, people have viewed. Oh wait, where was I? From its 1954 look to the 1990.
He had a brain fart.
So yeah, we have the 1954 look. That's kind of been like, obviously, it's been the blueprint for Godzilla. Like that is.
Well, yeah, there's some things you can't fucking change, or it isn't Godzilla anymore. Now it's a big ass lizard dragon looking thing just running around wreaking havoc.
You mean like the 1998 Hollywood look where it's literally just like a dumb looking T-Rex essentially?
Pretty much.
To the Shin look, which I'm going to get to Shin Godzilla. And everything in between. To the puppy dog snouts, to the lizard jaw, to the everything else.
To the window, the wall.
To the kitchen. To the kitchen. Let's see. Through the years, people have viewed Goji, which is a nickname, as less of a quote-unquote terrible monster caused by nuclear testing, and more of a mascot for Japan in general. Similar to, like, Hello Kitty,
yes,
Pikachu,
who I love. You know I love my Hello Kitty.
And Ultraman, also created in part by Eiji Tsuburaya.
Did not know that.
Who also created Godzilla, or helped create Godzilla. But, like I mentioned earlier, studios have lately been going back to the horror roots with the character of Godzilla. For example, Shin Godzilla, released in 2016.
Did we watch that?
I have multiple times. I don't know if you have. I don't know if I think it has an English dub to it, so you could.
Yeah, because you know me, I can't. I don't
so
want to read a movie.
It's so good.
I don't want to read a movie.
So
like Squid Games. Fantastic. Well, a couple of episodes were really, really slow, but I didn't want to read it.
Shin Godzilla was a reimagining of the origins of the famous lizard. So instead of being like the nuclear bomb testing, they reimagined Godzilla as being more of a metaphor for the Fukushima meltdown. Like, remember when that happened in like 2011, I think? And the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami.
That was bad.
So yeah, instead of using nuclear testing and World War II, they used those great disasters as more of the basis.
That's not a great time in anyone's history.
No.
It's not a great time in their history. It's definitely not a great time in our history, because I honestly don't want to be this country to be remembered for that. But in that same token, to all these other countries, it was a learning lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Don't fuck with the U.S.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody tried since. I mean, 9/11 was absolutely horrible, but it wasn't a full-scale thing.
They're like, hey, let's fuck with them. And we're like, you really want to do that?
Yeah, because guess what? We still got that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, example, Germany learned many lessons.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. So, with the Fukushima meltdown and the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami at the forefront of pretty much every Japanese person's mind at the time, Hideaki Anno, known for creating the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion, which, by the way, was a favorite of Robin Williams.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Robin Williams was a huge nerd.
I'm not surprised.
His daughter has been going through his, like, storage rooms of like old like anime figures, video game stuff.
Oh, the things she must have found.
Oh god, she's named after Princess Zelda. Anyway,
that's cool as shit. I don't care who you are.
So Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi, mostly known for his work within the Gamera franchise, and he's done some like live action movies for anime. Like I think he did Attack on Titan. They created the new Godzilla from the ground up, almost literally.
Okay.
This new Godzilla starts off as an infant that can barely move on land, and it's the derpiest fucking thing in the world.
So you love it.
Oh, 100%. But then, it essentially it evolves into pure nightmare fuel.
On crack.
Oh, let me show you some pictures.
On crack.
Like, this new Godzilla...
We don't condone doing crack.
No. Shin Godzilla is such a terrifying creature. I don't know how they're gonna fucking top that with in Godzilla -1. It's exactly what I want. When I want a Godzilla, this is the Godzilla I want. Oh, where's a good picture of it? So here... Hold on, let me try to zoom in a little bit. So this is the baby Godzilla from Shin Godzilla.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
And then... we get... that evolves into this! Right?
Right?
I
like the little nuclear reactor in his mouth.
Oh, it's just a bunch of just, like, opening jaws. Like, opening, like... I don't even know what to call them. But yeah, so... the jaw... Yeah, so when it uses its atomic breath, the jaw unhinges.
Kind of like a great white?
Yes.
Oh,
the jaw unhinges and then splits open. And
that's a great white.
It's so... No, like the jaw literally, in the middle, separates apart so he can fire off his atomic breath attack. It is fucking awesome. And honestly, Shin Godzilla is like my absolute favorite look of any Godzilla.
I'm digging it.
Like everyone's like, oh, you can't beat the classic.
Yes, you can.
This Godzilla from the 70s movie is the best one.
Here's a newsflash. You can reinvent the wheel.
And then you have people that are like... And then you have liars saying, oh, the 1991... the 1998 one is the best looking one. If you ever hear that, you punch them in the face and walk away immediately. Because no one likes fucking Zilla. Not even... Japan doesn't like it. We didn't like it. I bet Matthew Broderick probably has, like, completely blacked that part of his career out of his memory.
I mean, do you blame him?
But yeah, Godzilla has been around so long. We have Godzilla cartoons. We in the States had our own Godzilla cartoon that was based on the 1998 movie. I remember because I watched some of it. Plenty of different video games, like the Super Nintendo one that I have. There's a bunch of fighting games, like Destroy All Monsters Melee on the PS2 GameCube, and I think it was on the Xbox. But I have that, and that was fun. There's like chibi cartoons. There's like...
What's chibi?
Like, think Hello Kitty.
Oh, okay.
But like, there's cartoons for kids about Godzilla. There's like little children's like storybooks and featuring Godzilla.
So kid-friendly Godzilla.
Yes,
shit.
like I'm talking like children's storybooks, like shit like Thomas the Tank Engine and the little engine that could, but it's Godzilla.
Okay.
And
I ain't mad at it.
And honestly, that's fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
Godzilla is such a fun creation. And I cannot wait to see what else they do with it. God. So let's see. We're almost at 70 years of Godzilla? Yeah, next year will be 70 years, I think, right?
I bet you Granny and Granddad could tell you they've probably seen the originals.
Probably. I have it on. I think I watched it on. I think that one's actually on Max, and that's how I watched it. I'm like, nice.
I don't think we have that. I guess
I do.
Well, I'm gonna need your login.
Everyone will. Everyone does. You, Nikki, Carissa,
Shout out to Carissa.
and Nikki. Let's see. Control save because I actually want to save that. But yeah. That's my little blurb about Godzilla that I ran for about 25 minutes.
It did not disappoint.
I was thinking about like doing what I usually do with like how I did like the zombies and whatnot. There's just too fucking much.
Well, I mean, you know,
I'll revisit it and go deeper into like different themes from the
there's
movies.
just
but
so
like,
much to talk about.
Exactly.
And I'm going to just admit it. I have fallen down the TikTok rabbit hole with hauntings and you know,
I fell
true
down.
crime and missing persons, and we're not even going to discuss that last missing person because we're just not.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I've gone down a completely different rabbit hole that I regret to this day. Anyway, so wait, do we have ads yet, or do we still have to?
No, because nobody's sharing our episodes.
Heck. All right. Well, in place of an ad, we're still gonna just end it here because who knows, they might give us ads retroactively,
And
it
we might
go
be
back.
able to place them.
Yes.
But I'm up next.
Yup. So we'll be back in just a minute, folks. One. Ah!
Well, alrighty.
Ah!
So, welcome back.
Hey guys. Oh God. Getting comfy.
So, the name of mine is called Crap or Cryptid.
You know, I had a similar idea. I really did. If this is what I was having, if this winds up being the exact idea I had, that is going to be weird.
The Mongolian death worm.
That sounds real.
You heard me. A worm of death. You'll see why it sounds familiar to you.
Uh-huh.
The Mongolian death worm,
Is it
also
like
called the large intestine worm,
Ew.
is said to exist in the Gobi Desert and is supposed to be one bad mamma jamma.
So, like the Alaskan bullworm?
I say supposed to be because, as with any cryptid, there's not exactly proof that it indeed exists.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Wormy is described as being between 2 and 5 feet long.
That's
And-
still terrifying for a worm.
And shaped like a sausage. It apparently doesn't have a head or legs. I mean,
It's a worm! Why the fuck would it have legs?
worms don't have legs. and
So
that's-
it's basically a giant... It sounds more like a snake than a
so
worm.
it's almost as long as me, because
Uh-huh.
I'm only 5'4". And worms don't have legs. Anyway.
Yeah. So is
And
it...
it's shaped like a sausage.
So, are we talking about like a, like the giant worms that attack the Millennium Falcon when they go over that one asteroid?
I don't know, but here we go.
Or like no, it wouldn't be a Sarlacc.
It just sounds creepy as hell.
Or the giant worms from Dune.
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh boy.
But thinking about it, actual worms are creepy.
Yes.
Hell, I mean, you can cut one up and it just
Grows after a certain
back.
amount of time, yeah.
Funny though, they can do that, but they drown in a puddle, poor little fellas. So instead of having a head,
And it's also weird because you find them more after rain.
because they drown.
Yeah.
But you could chop them up into like 3 pieces and they grow back.
I am invulnerable. One drop of water. Ah!
So, instead of having a head, it's got these black, spiky-like tentacles. And I did see that there was an article that said it had it at both ends.
Ugh.
So,
She's
Black-
doing like the little...
black, like, spiky...
So, kind
If
of
you
like...
Google it, you'll see pictures.
I'm trying to think of, like... I have an idea of... Continue. I'm going to look this thing up real quick.
So, this bugger... see what I did
Yeah,
there?
you proud of that one?
came to light in the book On the Trail of the Ancient Man by Roy Chapman Andrews, who was an American paleontologist, back in 1926. So that's the first recorded history of it in a book.
Ew.
Yes. Now, he got this information secondhand, of course, because, again, nobody, no crime, from Mongolian officials. I do need to note here that Mr. Andrews didn't believe in the accounts of the officials.
Uh-huh.
Now, it didn't say if these officials were, like, tribesmen. They could have been, like, higher up in the tribe. If they were actual appointed officials, like, if they held office in Mongolia.
Yeah.
It didn't say that. So, the thing with cryptids, like, I've never seen a Bigfoot or the epidermis dancer or the chupacabra, but I do think that they exist. Now, I almost put in here aliens, but as we all know,
Nowadays,
now our government is telling us, hey, they exist. Pretty fucking sure we knew that.
yeah, we've known this since the 60s.
Pretty sure Area 51 has been around for forever, and we all believe that shit.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Let's not forget about that time a few years ago when a bunch of nerds online were getting Naruto run and invade Area 51.
I mean, this is basically the same.
This is just common knowledge at this point.
Yeah. I mean, there's too many witnesses, and especially with the past year with that UFO sighting that was over a strip club in Vegas.
Yeah.
Where like 20 different people got video of it, and it's online. You can find it.
Yeah.
So, alright. So, Mr. Wiggleworm is said to live in the western or southern parts of the Gobi Desert.
Okay.
He's also been the topic of other books and even the video game Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes!
Which I'm sure you already knew.
Yes, I do, yeah.
There was a TV movie back on Sci-Fi in 2010 called The Mongolian Deathworm.
Of course there was, because it's sci-fi.
Destination Truth,
Okay.
which I love.
So does Dad. He's just literally the real-life Indiana Jones.
Yes, and he's cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
He also did an expedition on it back in 2006, 2007. So it's not like it's like an unknown topic. There's been discussion of this for since 1926. So
yeah,
how almost 100 years?
Yeah,
3 years shy of 100 years.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I mean, with all that discussion, there's always truth behind a myth.
Yeah.
We have said that before.
Yeah, or else it just wouldn't exist. Like, there had to have been something that created this in real life.
You're not just going to go walking through the fucking desert with your camel in tow and your pack.
Camel toe.
And see this big-ass fucking worm and go, that's peculiar.
Exactly.
So, anyway. What makes this guy so terrifying besides his appearance? Like I said, it was said to be between 2 and 5 feet long and bright red. It's said to be fat, again, like a sausage, and allegedly had the ability to unalive you.
I don't know why.
From several feet away.
How?
Now that's some impressive shit. Imagine being able to do that in real life.
You see a squiggly sausage and it just hits you from a distance.
I didn't see anything about how fast it could move or anything like that. But picture it now. You're in a crowded room with your arch nemesis. And you know you can strike them down without anyone knowing.
Done.
That's a hell of a superpower. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So how does Mr. Wiggleworm do this, one might wonder? Well, there's 2 stories. One is that he or she... Wait, aren't worms both sexes?
Yes.
What do they call that? Ambisextrous?
No, it's
I made it funny.
I think it just makes them genderless, really.
I know there is a term for it.
Yeah, I just
can't remember what it is.
Head.
Fucking hell, I'm losing sight of this story again. Okay.
We're getting lost in the plot.
So it's said that the Mongolian deathworm can get you either by spraying a shit ton of lethal poison on your ass, or by somehow transmitting some sort of high electrical current onto its prey. Now, does it mean it's... It doesn't get specific. All I see is this fat sausage red worm with electric shooting out of it like sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads. If you guys don't know what that is an Austin Powers reference.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's what I see.
Yeah.
Like beams. But it doesn't have eyes, so it's because it doesn't have a head.
It's pressurized.
So are they coming from the little tentacles? Is it coming? There's got to be a hole in the tentacles for it to eat.
Yeah.
So many questions go unanswered.
I just want to play Shadow of the Colossus again.
So the Mongolian people, they believe in this worm so much that if you even mention the name, it's considered extremely bad luck, and they will shut you down.
Oof.
So back to the ways it can off you. It's also thought just by touching this nasty little fucker, it can send you to meet whatever maker you believe in instantly.
God damn.
The venom is supposed to be so bad that it can even corrode metal. Now that's some powerful shit right there, man.
I mean, Coke can do that too, but...
Coke in my nose. Coke in my nose.
Not that kind of Coke.
Nose. Yeah, I know. But it was the door and I stepped through it. Okay, so local Mongolian folklore says that it likes the color yellow. I mean, we all have our favorite color, right?
I'm impressed it has enough intelligence to have a color that it prefers.
I would like for someone to find one of these fucking things.
And put it in
dead, hopefully.
I would want them to find it and put it in a field of sunflowers just to see what happens.
Well, if they find one alive, yes, I want to see what he does because his favorite color is yellow. But if they happen to come across one that is deceased, and they can do
like an autopsy on
a
it?
necropsy on it. Necropsies are for animals.
Okay.
Or necropsy. I say necropsy.
Cropsy? Ha!
Didn't we do cropsy?
Yes, I did cropsy.
I would like to see how big of a brain it has.
Yeah, really.
And if it does indeed have eyeballs somewhere, like on one of the ends of those little tentacles.
Like a
How does it know where it's going?
Like a snail.
Yeah, if it don't have eyes, dude, where the fuck you going? Oh no. Like, you gotta have...
I feel like it would be...
And is another one of them a nose? How does it know where you are? It can't see you, it can't smell you.
I feel like it would probably move around, like, using the... Kind of like in Tremors, where it uses, like...
I'd bring that up.
Where it uses, like, the seismic activity of the ground that it's crawling around to kind of...
Yeah, but still, at some point, all creatures have one of the senses.
Yeah.
Sight, smell, touch, hearing, taste.
I feel like if it were to have eyes, they'd probably just be vestigial.
I mean, I don't know. So anyway, it also seems to like parasitic plants, like the Goyo plant.
Okay.
So, of course, I did the Googlers to see what that plant looked like, and it's got several types. But it kind of looks like a fern, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
It is said to be deadly, though.
Of course.
Some who have tasted it, brave fuckers, I tell you.
Yeah, really.
Say it tastes like banana with a dash of celery. I can't say that sounds good.
That does not sound appetizing.
No, I like bananas and I like celery, but I don't think I would like that.
I like bananas
together.
Not on celery.
That would be like cutting up a banana and putting celery on it.
It'd be like taking a banana and, like, putting it in a glass of water and trying to eat it like that.
No, thank you.
That's how I view celery. Edible water.
Minus strings.
Yeah.
So, it's said to come out of hiding during the hot months like June and July.
Fuck.
But wait a minute, it's a desert. Isn't it always hot there?
Except at night.
Well, most deserts do drop sometimes between... They go from like 10 to 30 degrees difference.
And then there's times
But it's always hot during the day. Like, it's the fucking Gobi Desert. It don't snow there.
I mean, I guess it just is hotter. Unless they're only saying the hot months to help us as outsiders visualize what it's supposed to be.
Like, I should have looked to see what the temperature is like in the Gobi Desert
You know what? I'll look that
during
up
the
real quick.
day in June and July.
I'll look that up real quick. Continue.
So, I have to say that this whole story is giving me Tremors.
Ah!
Or that sandworm in Dune vibes. You remember those movies. Remember the giant worm thing? Remember Tremors?
Yeah.
The first one was great. Then they got bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, excuse me.
Oh, here we go.
I keep losing sight of this story.
The Gobi Desert cold temperature fluctuates between negative 15 and negative 30 Celsius.
Get the fuck out. What's that in Fahrenheit?
Oh, here we go. Average winter minimums are a frigid negative 21 C, which is negative 6 Fahrenheit.
Oh, shit.
While summertime maximums are about 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
It gets hotter here than it does there.
Wait, there's more. Let's see. I just had it. The annual temperature range is considerable, with average lows in January reaching negative 40 Fahrenheit, and average highs in July climbing up to 113 Fahrenheit.
Okay, you know why? Because it's on the opposite side of the world.
Yep.
So yeah, it definitely gets hotter here. There, not here.
Yeah.
So
there we go. That's our frame of reference.
Any whorebag, that is the Mongolian death worm. I hope you don't have panic attacks when you see worms outside, because now I'm going to think of giant, 5-foot-long,
sausage
bright
snake.
red, sausage-looking worms with tentacles coming out of both ends that will shoot either toxic poison at me or electrical currents out of eyes that it does not have.
You know what I would love to see?
And I'm still seeing frickin' sharks with laser beams attached to their frickin' heads.
You know what I would love to find out? If there's an animal that exists, right? And it has like some sort of defense mechanism where like it shoots out a venom or something corrosive, or it fires like some kind of projectile
That they've gotten this idea for.
No, I'm not even talking. This is completely separate from the. Well, hello there.
Because of the air.
Yeah. I want there to be an animal that exists where its defense mechanism, whether it shoots out poison, some corrosive shit, or if it fires off like a detached like tooth or something. Some kind of projectile.
Kind of like porcupines with their quills.
Yes, some kind of projectile, right?
Even though porcupines don't shoot them at you, they hit you with their tail, and
then detaches the spine.
Yes.
I want something like that, but when it fires off whatever projectile, it sounds like a sneeze.
Oh, for God's
So,
sake.
like,
that sounds like a Pokemon.
You just hear, oh, fuck! Could you imagine, though? You are out in the woods
and you can't outrun a sneeze.
You are
They
out.
travel at 100 miles an hour.
Like, imagine, though, you are out in, like, the desert, or out in, like, the grasslands, or the forest, completely alone, and then out of nowhere you just hear, and then you're just down.
You can't even hit the ground fast enough when you hear that, because by the time the sound has hit your ears, it has already gone past you.
I was going to say, by the time the sound has hit your ears, whatever that thing projectiled at you has already hit you.
Yeah. So, again, that is the Mongolian death worm.
Okay, so, in hindsight, similar premise, different execution for my idea. Because I was going to turn mine into, like, a game show.
Oh.
Where I would pick out, like, maybe a couple of cryptids that didn't sound like they'd be real. And, like, give, like, a short...
You have to look in the book.
Give a short description of them. But I would also come up with my own and fake a description and see which ones you thought were real.
I don't know.
And it was essentially going to be called Crap or Cryptid.
Get the hell out.
I am not kidding. Or it was the other name I had was Cryptid or Craptid.
That's good too. That's good too. But yes, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. Again, the website is down. Bluehost, you fucks, will not release my .com, and honestly, I don't have the time to put into building another new website right now, so we are just going to go off the socials. But don't fear, at some point, we will have the website back up and running with merch.
Yeah, definitely merch.
You can always reach us at horrorcultural@gmail.com, and you can find us on the socials at...
Horrorcultural.
Oh, wow, really?
Sorry. At Horrorcultural on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm catching up on the U-boobs.
And YouTube. And maybe I might.
Oh, and we're also on that other one. The other one like Instagram.
Other one like Instagram.
Oh, fuck me. Hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's owned by the same... Let me look. Threads.
Oh, the Twitter I'm sorry, the X replacement.
Yes. Threads. So we gotta figure out if we can link that account to any of our other accounts. But we are also on there. The Twatters and the U-Boobs. I am slowly catching up on the U-Boobs for those people who do not have Spotify, which if that's the case, you won't be hearing this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you won't be seeing it at least for probably like another year.
No, I have...
You've been doing like 3 at a time, so...
I've been doing like 3 a night. I have...
Maybe that's what we can do from now on.
I think I am caught up with the ones that I have up there.
Uh-huh.
So I will probably edit a couple more to be done tonight.
We will talk about that. We'll talk about that off air because I have an idea for that. But yeah, I was also thinking maybe we could put like clips or something of some kind involving the podcast up on like TikTok because that shit goes viral quick.
It does, and I have thought about that, and also Snapchat.
See, you can do Snapchat. I haven't touched.
Then you do TikTok because I don't fucking know. Other than scrolling and liking and commenting, I don't know shit.
Yeah, especially since I do put up my own stuff on TikTok. At Derpflosion, go check me out. Anyway, so yeah, I could definitely put out some stuff on TikTok.
Well, then you can start that tonight.
I would have to kind of make like we'll talk about it off air. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys.
We rambled again.
We will talk to you guys. We will not even talk to you. We will talk at you later.
We will talk at you.
And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks again for listening to Horror Cultural, where
we grow love for all things spooky and macabre.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Stay safe.